Men, as rumor has it, there's an engine in this crate that needs rebuilding. Let's see what it looks like. Looks pretty well packaged, to say the least. Owner included a sheet with his request on it, name, telephone number, address, email. Very important. I don't get a lot of things in here at the same time, but every once in a while I get, a couple of 2 or 3 batches. So yeah, give me a piece of paper with who you are and what you want on it. Helps. Clutch, looks like pretty much all of it. Nuts, bolts, lifter blocks, cams, engine mounts, bubble wrap, the Feckle oil lines, points, generator drive gear. That all looks good. Well, an engine stand. I would have made him buy one of these to ship it back in if he didn't send one along. Well, transmission. Yeah, looks more or less okay. Oh boy. Dirty, nasty old crankcase. Ay, ay, ay. Cracks over here, cracks over there, cracked on the other side, bad penetration. Ay, ay, ay. Cracks all the way through over there, crack, crack. Ay, ay, ay. Piece of junk. Oil pump. I'm just guessing by this Rube Goldberg assortment of fittings and gauges that this bike had an oil pressure problem. Just guessing. Cam cover, complete with shitty, peeling, pitted chrome. And worn out bushings on the side. It'll need some work. One nasty old deeply scored cylinder. That'll need to be bored. One nasty old rocker box with shitty peeling pitted chrome. That'll need some work. One nasty old iron head. Looks like some broken valve springs. Yeah, it's going to need some work. One nasty old set of Harley flywheels with a deeply scored and gouged piston. And the other one looks to be deeply scored and gouged too. It looks like somebody spent some money on this thing at one time or another. The crank pin has got Jim stamped on one end. The sprocket shaft has got Jim stamped on it. So hopefully those parts are going to be usable. Well, too bad this is out of frame. This looks to be, I'm sure, what was a very rare and probably expensive part. This looks like a genuine new old stock Harley factory replacement left crankcase. Wow. You don't run across these things very often, that is for sure. And to me, it's a no-brainer. This is going to replace that junked out original left one the bike had. This thing is nice. Came with the trapdoor too. Nice. Another nasty rocker box with shitty peeling pitted chrome. Another deeply scored old cylinder. Another ratty old head with some more broken valve springs. Okay, radio primary. And guess what? More shitty peeling pitted chrome. And last but not least of the major parts, right hand crankcase. Dirty and nasty, but looks to be pretty solid in all the areas that matter. So with a little luck, this will be easily usable. I got the crate motor unpacked, and some things are jumping out at me already. Two outer valve springs broken into many pieces. So yeah, that's a problem. This is a problem too. Main shaft all chowdered up. Of course, the seal goes on there like that. So I can only surmise that this must have been bashing around in there to wallow this all out and tear it up. So new main shaft. Main shafts, the Andrews are very expensive. I think in the neighborhood of $300. So yeah, main shaft, that's a problem. I'll get rid of this. Okay, here's where the chowdering gets more interesting. Pinion shaft. The first place the oil goes when it comes out of the pump and transfers into the cam cover is to the pinion shaft bushing. This obviously was getting no oil. So, of course, the pinion shaft is trashed, which is too bad because this bike has, this is a Jim's pinion shaft. It has a Jim's sprocket shaft and a Jim's crank pin. A lot of money was spent on this thing at one time. This, unfortunately, now is no good. And why, you may ask, was there no oil to that thing? Well, how about this? And look, there's a big old gob of some kind of shit. The oil supply to this pump was blocked by this piece of crap. And because I like to always highlight bad uses of silicone, I wish I could say this is silicone, but it doesn't appear to be. Just some kind of hard, rusty, crusty shit. So yeah, I think the supply line to the pump was blocked. But right here is the oil pump check valve, and I could easily unseat the check valve with a screwdriver. Anyway, oil comes up out of this hole here into the crankcase, and then through passageways right to here. So obviously no oil was coming out over here. And then look at the setup this fucking guy had. Yeah, concerned about oil pressure. We got a warning light switch over here, I presume, and a gauge. Buddy, there ain't no oil pressure. You know, this is why I test them before I finish even putting them together. You know, I do that thing where I just spin the rods around just to make sure there's nothing blocking a passageway like this gob of shit that was in here. Yeah, so anyway, some expensive damage has been done. Nothing that seems insurmountable. The sprocket shaft, I just checked the run out on the sprocket shaft. It's, you know, maybe a couple of 10,000ths. It's an Andrews, it's good. The crank pin looks good. Somewhat surprisingly, the rod bearing, the connecting rod bearings, they were loose as a goose, but I don't see any prohibitive damage on the crank pin or the rod races. So I think with that, I am out of here for today. Tune in next time. I may delve into some of the specifics on the rebuild on this thing. Other than what I just showed you, it looks like it should be fairly routine. But you never know. We'll dig into it and see. I am out of here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye. Just a quick reminder. You can help support and grow this channel, first of all, and most importantly, by hitting that subscribe button. So if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you'd like to do a little more, join me on Patreon. Links down below. So go ahead and join me on Patreon if you feel so inclined. And finally, Coffee cups, stickers, and gas tank covers are available. This is a new design coffee cup. I like the old ones, but I like these new ones even better. And to go along with the new design coffee cup, there is a new design sticker. Links will be provided in the description down below. Coffee cups and stickers are included with the Patreon membership. And thank you all ever so much for watching these videos. I really appreciate it. Bye.